Mommytrack Daddy Whispers Podcast is now called Birth Agni Podcast.
Welcome. You are listening to Mommytrack Daddy Whispers. We are in the third episode, and after having some cross insights into my postpartum depression and family dynamics in the first two episodes, we are going to keep it light this time and discuss pregnancy quirks. Some of the symptoms of pregnancy that can be termed as bizarre. My name is Divya and I come from India. Today we will walk back in time and replay some of the seemingly weird habits I acquired in my pregnancy days. So it happened that a couple of weeks back, I was on a call with a friend who is expecting right now, and talking to her, I tried recollecting my pregnancy days. Some of the habits I thought were really unconventional, to be frank. So today we will go that frank route down the memory lane. Let us walk you through in snippets. Anticipating way ahead in time. It is a sunny day, warm and pleasant. I walk into my office knowing the first time I'm pregnant. Anxious and scared, I walk up the stairs, slowly and cautiously, faintly smiling to the everyday faces around me, hoping they do not already see a shift in my work. The sloth life. I'm watching television and suddenly I start losing sense. Then everything starts fading. I grab the pillow, adjust myself, and close the television. Giant panda wanting to chew on that bamboo stick forever. That was me. Complacent with my pillow and bed most of the times as soon as I got my bum to the bed. Moods. I've packed for the usual office day: fruits, salad, breakfast, lunch, and snacks. I suddenly get this real bad taste in my mouth and feel a restless energy. I take out the sandwich and have a bite. Just then, the boss sends in the review comments. Ting! Sigh. Guess who's at the radar now? Super Mommy, all armed and active to defeat and shield herself from all the mood spoilers. Surprises. I'm watching that damn TV again, and something crawls up on my stomach. I wait for it. Hey, is it something from the inside? The first flutter? All eyes on you. We are in the office and there is a stand-up meeting going on in our bay where the manager has just finished. I'm walking back to my seat and my phone falls, making a sound. I look at my manager who's looking at me and for a teeny-weeny second decide if I should pick it up. And then I do it, deciding in a split second and hurriedly pick it up, but bending from the side. I look back at him. He's still watching me. Losing the grip. I'm standing in the kitchen, extremely hungry. Also, confused about choosing a healthy snack that cooks real quick, and I do not get the gas. But I want to have tomato soup. I gather myself and open the fridge, collect 3 tomatoes. I turn, and just as the fridge closes, one tomato drops on its own. never mind, I think, and fetch a knife to cut the first tomato. And it falls. The knife. Pain in the ass. As I remember, I was wearing a pink kurta that day. I was considerably smaller in inches. I was walking to the loo when I noticed a very grim pain in my left palm every time I put my left foot forward. I booked a doctor's appointment, got checked for the regular stuff, and the doctor ignored my pain. It hurt. This was not normal. The pain was sharp and discomforting. Calculating my fears and forgetting them over these days, with the pain fading, I relaxed. Until it shifted to the right palm. Itch, itch. Anything that can be counted as a strong evidence of our evolution from the apes and the monkeys is the itching tendency of the humans. I would unknowingly itch on the stomach, on the thighs, and in the nights when you set yourself free, it is a divine relief to itch that chest red and sore. You know, I can now look at an itching monkey with a lot more empathy and softer eyes. What if she's a pregnant mommy? The kick show. I'm reading a book and the baby gets active. I lock the room, pull up my shirt and watch a twitch there, a movement here, a beating on the inside of my stomach drum, a wave here and a buzz there. I watched and imagined how the action would be in real, hoping only if the human body was transparent and we could see our babies framing and growing. Also, I made sure that this time I'm surely going to get my husband see this one. So that was all on the pregnancy quirks side. Some of the snippets into my pregnancy days, my pregnancy life. Please write to me with some of your pregnancy weirdness, anecdotes, stories, and I would love to feature them in one of the upcoming episodes. Let's connect. So we would now move on to, this was a short episode, but now we move on to the frequently asked questions sections. What are some of the other pregnancy systems one can have? Well, I had a lot of back pain, bitter taste in the mouth, breathlessness for sure. Talking on the phone was, whenever I had a call from work or anything, the breathlessness was very evident. I was asked a number of times, okay, are you breathless? Are you walking? Or is there something? So that was the kind of breathlessness I felt. And it was completely normal. I had gotten accustomed to the breathlessness. Okay, moving on to the next question. Do mamas become cry-some? Yeah, that is another symptom that I did not include here, but yeah. I was very cry-some. I do not know if that is a word, but I like that word very much. I have been an empathetic person from even before pregnancy, so it only increased in levels once I got pregnant. So yeah, that is that. And moving on to our third question, what would be some of the common and uncommon symptoms of pregnancy? Okay, well, I have not had a survey done, so I do not know which one are the uncommon or the common ones. So I cannot differentiate, but yeah, I can tell by experience. Some talked about sleepless nights. I did not have sleepless nights. I slept a lot. Leg pain. I had a lot of leg pain. I was able to walk very little. So what is the remedy? The remedy would be massaging. I used to get my feet massaged by my husband in the nights. That led to good sleep. I used to sleep quite comfortably. Tendency to forget and poor grip. As I covered in one of the sections, poor grip was something I had not heard of, but I associated this invariably with my pregnancy. Every time I dropped something, and I had this tendency to drop everything all the time. I don't notice that now, but back then, yeah, it was very frequent and noticeable. Vomit and nausea. Those are one of the first symptoms that people talk about, but I did not vomit, not even once. Nausea, I had a bitter taste, restlessness, wanting to, you know, yeah, kill, no, beat the hell out of somebody if I had my choice. So that was our frequently asked questions sections. We will now move on to the parenting tip of the week. I think we're gonna have the parenting tip of the week very long this time. So, this is not just a tip, this is something that I'm going through these days. The tip is that spend some time in understanding the psychology of the kid. Why do I say that? My daughter is 16 months right now, and I see that she's very, very steadily picking up habits. She's picking up activities. She's picking up these little gestures. And where do they come from? They come from us. And she started expressing herself a lot more. She's learned to say no. No. She says that. And she's stubborn at times. So I've told myself that I need to listen to her, drive her to do the right thing without being stubborn myself. I'm trying to handle my tendency of testing my child's behavior. I'm trying to curb this tendency because it is wrong and unjust of me to do that to a baby who has not developed the emotional psyche, who has not developed the worldly sense. I'm trying to see these little changes in my daughter and trying to change the way I respond back to those little things, trying to understand the psyche of the child. I'm trying now to focus more on giving her experiences by being a part of her activities and understand how she likes to take things and then drive her towards developing better habits using her own likeness. So yeah, I believe this is one advice that should work for every age of the child. And this is something that I have just started experiencing, so I thought I should share. So that was the pregnancy tip of the week. Now moving on to a sneak peek into our next episode. In the next episode, we are going to cover the present times, the strange and unusual times that we are living in, the COVID-19 reality. We are going to see into my world and know how boring that is. More so, we're going to try and talk to people and know more and more about everybody's life. So we're going to discuss what are you doing these days and how am I failing at baking bread. So so we're going to discuss this and a lot more in the next episode. So if you like listening to us, please download our episodes. Please share our podcast, share our stories, get back to us, share your stories to us, subscribe, follow, and stay tuned.